Yeah, so you guys just said a lot of the things that I just typed out here. Um, we have taken a lot of time to design plans based on customer feedback of what customers told us they wanted in a home to make sure that our homes are as popular as possible, so that they're as easily saleable to the general public as possible, which also helps you with your resale value if you ever resell it. And they have been value engineered to be the most home for the money we could possibly do. Let me give you one example of what value engineering is. If all materials, like construction materials, are purchased um, in set sizes. So I'll give you an example of carpeting. Okay, let's just talk about like a bedroom carpeting. So do you guys know how long a roll of carpeting is? I think you're muted if you're trying to talk to us, Brady. But a roll of carpeting is 12 feet wide. Did you guys know that?
Mhm.
So if I make a bedroom 12 feet 6 inches, what am I going to do? How am I going to put carpet in that bedroom?
You have to seam it.
You put a seam in the carpet so that you have a 6 inch strip down the side of it. Guess what happens to the other 11 and a half feet? It can be thrown in the garbage, depending on what the rest of the house lays out like, because you have a certain amount. When you get strips that don't work, now you're throwing away good carpeting and you're paying for it at a cost per yard. They do it in yards. I'm going to say cost per square foot because that's the world we live in. So you were charged at a certain cost per square foot for that carpeting, but you're having to throw a large quantity of it away when you have to seam it. So builders oftentimes will draw a room 12 foot 6 inches wide, and that's just stupid. I can make a 23-foot long bedroom and keep it 11 foot 6 or 11 foot 9 and be able to use one roll and not throw anything away hardly. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
So a lot of builders though, they'll do like 12 foot 6 by 12 foot 3. It's like that's the dumbest size carpet or size room you could ever do because you throw away a bunch of material. So that's just one example, and you can use that example to explain this philosophy to somebody of how we value engineer a home. I actually have a document right here. Hang on. I do an entire presentation to builders on this when I go speak at, like when I'm doing construction consulting or new home construction consulting with builders. We have a whole PowerPoint presentation that we go do on this one subject, which is how to value engineer your plans. So here's 26 super moves to value engineer your plans. This is basically ways to keep your costs down. So, like, if every single bedroom door is 2 foot 6 by 6 foot 8, instead of having a whole bunch of different sizes of doors, um, that's a way to keep your costs down. But there's 26 different things there on that sheet, just as an example. I gave you the example of the carpeting, but it's like we've value engineered everything in the entire home. You understand that lumber is purchased in dimensional sizes. So 2x4s, 2x6s, 2x8s, 2x10s, sheets of plywood, all of the stuff that you use to build the structure of the home comes in lengths that are like 2 foot and 4 foot and 8 foot increments. And that if you make something 3 feet long, that you're throwing away a portion of it, right? So a lot of things are in 4 foot increments, like sheets of plywood are 4 feet, right? So if you have a section where it's like 4 foot, if you have something that's 9 foot tall, for example, you have two 4 foot sections and then a 1 foot section. What happens to the other 3 feet of that board? Sometimes it gets thrown away. So if you've ever, how many of you guys have been out in front of a home that's under construction, it's being framed, and you see a dumpster in the front yard. Yeah, so all of you guys have seen this. Do you pay for the materials that go in the dumpster, or do you get a refund?
You pay for them and you pay to haul them away.
Not only do you pay for them, you pay for the materials, you pay for it to be delivered, and then you pay for it to all be taken away. So you pay for it coming and going. How much material do you normally see? You should pay attention to this driving through your neighborhood. How much garbage is in the dumpster? It's amazing how much stuff gets thrown away. You guys ought to drive through your neighborhoods and pay attention to this sometimes, especially like Brady, you got all kinds of houses going up in certain neighborhoods of yours. And just driving through when they're all being framed or coming to the end of framing and seeing all the garbage laying all over the yard that goes into the dumpster, and then seeing a 20-yard long dumpster being taken away to go be dumped. You literally, as the builder, we paid for all of that material that goes in the dumpster. The way we design our homes is to not have all of that stuff go in the dumpster, to minimize that as much as possible. Because do you think the builder just pays for all the stuff that goes in the dumpster? Or do you think the builder has to pass on that cost to the customer buying the home?
They have to pass it on, right?
They have to pass it on. Absolutely. They're not just paying for it out of the goodness of their heart.
I was hoping so.
So very small changes in homes cause the value engineering principles we design the home with to go out the window. Does this make sense to you guys? What is the value that I'm trying to explain to you, to your customer, to not redesign a plan? Okay, let me give you a different example just to kind of drive this home. Let me pull up a floor plan for you. I'm going to pull up, we're going to go to the Haven Homes plans. We're going to go to this floor plan right here. Let's go to the Dune.
That's the one I'm hopefully selling today or tomorrow.
Yay.
Whoop.
Whoop, whoop. How many of you guys know what tempered glass is?
Glass
Well,
is
it's like,
designed to not shatter, it like sticks together in the little tiny, like 1 by 1 centimeter pieces.
Yes, exactly.
Technically safety glass, like in your vehicle would have it.
Yep, you got it exactly. Good, Ty. You get 1,000 mega points for that answer. I'm putting Ty in the lead here on the lightning round today. Yes, Ty, and
Does
if
anybody
you
have the link
win,
to the Mega Points store where we get to buy like thrifty
I
little,
was just
it's
about
like
to
when you
say
go,
those mega
it's like when you go
points.
to Dave and Buster's and you go to tokens and you go get to go like 80 million tokens and you can buy an eraser.
yeah.
Is there like a mega store,
it-
Aaron?
it's kind of like Chuck E. Cheese. I mean, you get like 100,000 mega points, and you probably could buy a pencil.
Cool.
So redeemable at the Who Gives a Crap store. All right,
At the
so
Kingdom Mega Points counter.
that's right. But tempered glass is, like you said, shatter resistant glass. Okay, do you see this nook right here? If I had a door that swings open into this room, like this door right here at the front, okay? This door swinging this way or this door swinging this way. If I had a swinging door here instead of a sliding glass door, by the rules of architecture and the International Residential Code, these windows right here would have to be tempered. A standard size window that is non-tempered versus a tempered window is about triple the cost to get the tempered window. And I just made not one, not two, but three of them need to be tempered. If I were to say, I just want a door that swings open right here. This door right here opens this way and not this way. If it opened this way, this would have to be a tempered window, which would triple the cost of it.